Hi, I'm Sonny Young. Welcome to another episode of The Penalty Box.
If you are firm and you are sure that you can move and you can score, here's the ball, there's the net, double, kick it, ready, set.
The 20th FIFA World Cup in Brazil is now history. Plenty of memorable moments during the month-long competition, and we'll talk about a few of them with our penalty box experts. Carla, right from the start, some memorable moments.
Oh, absolutely. When you think of the first game in Group B, you've got the Netherlands versus Spain, and that was the end of Spanish dominance. It was the end of an era in football, in my opinion. It was a 5-1 clobbering. Nobody expected Arjen Robben and Van Persie to come and just dominate a team that had really not looked that bad before then.
And that goal by Van Persie, that flying header, that might be my goal of the tournament.
That was incredible. That was incredible, and there was no stopping it. Absolutely no stopping it.
No, that placement was incredible. As a matter of fact, I think we saw a lot of those iconic results, with iconic teams. I mean, following that, the Portuguese team gets annihilated 4-0, and that's sort of the end of their Mundial. And that was truly amazing as well. And then, of course, I mean, we get to the semifinals, and with the Brazil historic result, I mean, this was really, a cup for the ages.
The Portuguese star Ronaldo, disappointing World Cup for him, Andre?
Injuries are what they are, and in this type of game where you have to be at your absolute best because you're playing against the best in the world, even a 2-3% reduction in your capability becomes very significant because these are the best people in the world. So you got to be evenly matched there in all of your potential, and that's all it takes. That's all it takes from going from being fantastic to being inconsequential.
And we saw that with the Dutch as well. We saw that when Van Persie was sick. You could tell in his play.
There were some surprise teams in this World Cup. The USA rates as a surprise team. They made it to the round of 16. And Rokia, you like the American squad.
Well, of course. You know what I feel? They're 13th in the world now.
Okay.
American ranking. And the thing that I feel after 2 World Cup, America is coming up and playing in semi-final. That's my dream. And you look at the goalkeeper of America, how wonderful he was. He did his best and stopped 16 goals. It's amazing.
That's a World Cup record, that is.
That's World Cup record. So why not the American team will come up in soccer?
But there were a lot of wonderful saves, a lot of great goalkeepers. I think this cup will be the showcase of the great goalkeepers.
One big highlight in terms of records, Germany's demolition of Brazil in the semifinals, 7-1.
Unbelievable.
So I'm going to go on a limb and say that has got to be the most stunning result in a sporting match, regardless of the competition, regardless of the sport, regardless of the time. I've been watching soccer for 48 years. I hate to say it, but it's true. And I have never seen anything like that. But I'm also a tremendous basketball and handball and volleyball aficionado. I've never seen anything like that. To have a team defeat what is considered one of the leading favorites at home for a result of 7-1 in soccer is astonishing. Absolutely astonishing.
I'm going to completely agree with you here because there were so many things about that game that made it so memorable. Like you said, it was just a battle between 2 titans to begin with, and it ended up being a complete domination. You had Germany overing Brazil because Brazil had the record for the most goals in World Cup, and then Germany had it. They got 223 there. They had Klose with his record, 16 most ever in a World Cup.
But this time also they made 18 goals in 7 matches, right?
Yeah, 18 goals, because then they went in the final and they got that one last goal with Goetze. So you had 8 different players scoring. What an amazing team, and what an amazing match.
Coordination you find in Germany, and the coach, he said later on that, it's not only that they're kicking the balls, they are well educated about football, and they know what they are doing. So the coordination, the knowledge, the education, it paid off.
And how many times in your lifetime do you get to see 5 goals scored in the first 30 minutes of a match? I mean, wasn't that incredible?
Apart from that big scoreline, lots of goals overall in the tournament, which really kind of stylistically added to the viewing enjoyment.
Absolutely. And it's interesting because we were talking about goalies earlier and how some of them came through with flying colors. And despite the fact that there was a record number of goals. So it's an interesting juxtaposition. The other thing I wanted to mention, I think it's really iconic, is the fact that, at least for me, this is the first time I've seen a World Cup where you are on TV living the emotions of both teams in both countries live, right? Because of the ability of the technology to bring that all together. And now people are really living these matches and suffering or delighting in their outcomes. And we can see this in real time, boom, like that. Yes. Truly astonishing. One
of the big awards that was handed out after the World Cup was the Golden Ball for the best player. Rather controversial. Lionel Messi from the losing side won the prize. Reaction?
Well, even Messi himself said that that's not enough for him to hold the World Cup in his hand, and getting this award is not enough. And some people said that, you know, Colombia's Rodriguez should have gotten it, Klose could have gotten it. So there will be some controversy.
That's true. There were some great players, but all in all, when you think of Lionel Messi, he is a superstar, and he did the best he could for his team. He was dealing with injuries late with Di Maria, some people being out. Higuain is a very powerful striker, but he's not as powerful as you need, and you can't just lean on Higuain like Messi kind of had to in a lot of games.
And he had too much pressure at this final match. Everything, like all the burdens of Argentina was on his shoulder.
And he's just 27, so I don't think this is his last World Cup.
That's all the time we have for now. Join us next time here in the penalty box.